Gather up your projects, settle in your favorite spot. It's time to stitch with Sarah at her Stitchy Camelot. Let's celebrate each other, this community we've got. It's time to get down to Sarah's Stitchy spot.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my FlossTube channel, where we will discuss and celebrate all things cross-stitch. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and join me
at Sarah's Stitchy spot.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is FlossTube number 40. It is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Happy New Year to everyone. I would like to take this moment to welcome each and every one of you to my FlossTube channel. As I always do at the beginning and will forever, I hope, I want to give love and hugs to my husband, Stan, for writing and performing the song that you just heard in the intro. If you are new to my FlossTube channel, I hope you will like what you see and that you will subscribe, ring the bell, share, like, and do all the things that we do on FlossTube. For my returning viewers and subscribers, welcome back. Again, as you can see, we are in a new environment. Stan and I are pet sitting a precious little fluffy thing, like a doodle of some kind, named Billy, and she is just as sweet as she can be. And we are in Monterey, California, and I'll probably just pass a couple of pictures below. We have had some gorgeous weather, and we've been able to take advantage of several walks along the ocean, and at one place in particular, Point Lobos, which was just spectacular. The water was gorgeous that day, the sun was shining, and we just had a lovely walk. So we have really enjoyed being able to cuddle with Billy. Because of the doodle thing, she doesn't shed, so there's no hair, and she is used to sleeping with her fur parents. And so we've had another dog to sleep with, which has been really enjoyable. So I hope all of you have had a wonderful start to 2024. I just think it's so unbelievably exciting to think about what this year will bring to all of us as stitchers in the way of new designs, fabric colors, floss colors, and it's just really fun to think about that clean slate and going forward. Well, I mean, you know, it's as clean as it can be when you have 51 whips. But anyway, you guys know what I mean. We've got a lot of things to follow this year with several FlossTubers are going to be doing the 50 starts for 50 birthdays. Sarah of So Me Sarah is one of those. I know there's several, and I'm going to blank and forget. I haven't been able to keep up quite as much with my FlossTubes since we've been on this little trip, because I have been taking some time, like I said, to be outdoors. Yes, Pam and Steph, that was outdoors. But I always like to make that time for stitching too, because you guys know how I love that. One of the first things that I wanted to address today, several of you were quite taken with the beaded ornaments that I showed in my last FlossTube. I'm going to just pass a screenshot of Sandra Halpenny's website. I could not believe she was still there. I do believe that the booklet that I bought of her, it was a PDF that I bought of her patterns. I must have done that sometime in 2008, I think. So several years ago. Many of you have asked for a tutorial. Now, I do think there's copyright issues or of using someone's pattern to do a tutorial. I'm going to try, guys. I do need some type of equipment, I think, that will hold the iPhone down so that I can see what I'm doing as I film it. I had thought I would reach out to Sandra and ask her if it was all right to use one of my older patterns. And we'll see. I'm really not going to make any promises, but they are quite lovely, and I enjoyed the fact that I might have been enabling some of you to actually bead. So again, her name is Sandra Halpenny, and I do think I put her information sort of as an afternote, but I did put it in the drop down box from last time's video, which would have been FlossTube number 39. So this is going to be, I think, a relatively short FlossTube, but I did want to show you some things that I've started. I had a big finish, and what I've been working on since I last saw you. So we will jump right into that. I have my planner, and as you can see, it is not stickered up, but there has been much stitching going on. Well, I know this for a fact, so I shouldn't even say I think. Certainly since the pandemic, and I was sent home for 8 weeks, around mid-March or 1st of April of 2020, I don't think I have missed a single day of stitching since then. So that's kind of exciting, and I hope to keep that up. I also wanted to take a moment to do a shout out. I did watch a FlossTube that was new to me. Her name is Hanneke. I hope I'm saying that right. It's Hanneke, and she's called a Dutch stitcher. I found her to be quite lovely. I enjoy her voice. Her presentation is excellent. She also does some very unique greeting cards. So I encourage you guys to go over, check her out, subscribe, and give her a really warm welcome. She does have about 10 videos up, but she was new to me, and I enjoyed her very much, and I wanted to share that with you. I also, and I'm sure most of you know this, but I didn't. I was watching Vonna Pfeiffer's latest FlossTube, where she said that she has a blog that has all of her finishing techniques and tutorials sort of there in one place, and I went to it, and it was just incredible. So I encourage you to check that out. I think you can, I will put the as much information as I can about the blog in the drop down box below, but it is an incredible resource, as is Vonna an incredible treasure to all of us who are trying to finish our own projects. Next, I have 3 shares, and I want to get my notes out here for that. And I will run those across the bottom as I am talking. The first one comes from Karen, and she did Lizzie's Bristol 1899, and she did it in honor of her grandmother, who taught her how to cross stitch. And then she also incorporated some initials of some other family members in the piece, and so I will show that here. She stitched it on a 36 count weeks dye work in the colorway linen, and she used a Gentle Arts cranberry, and it's just a beautiful piece. The second share is from Dale, and she did what has been a real favorite of everyone's, is Dancer, is a Barbara Anna piece. It was in the, I'm going to say 2021 winter Christmas issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I thought her finish was quite clever on the snowflake, and so that is Dancer by Barbara Anna. And finally, Steph did Jane Hardy in honor of her dog, Sadie. She lost the dog, has lost her dog, Sadie. She had her for 19 years. And I thought this was a beautiful tribute to Sadie. And I just want you guys to hold on one second, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm right back. My final share is from Deborah, and this is was her last finish of 2023. Deborah is on Instagram as Shingle Springs Stitcher, and she finished Winter Quaker by Rosewood Manor. She stitched this on Dwarf by Picture This Plus using the called for Valdanis, and isn't it just lovely? So thank you again to all of you for sending me your finished projects to share. I hope that you will continue to do so. And again, I know I say this a lot, but it's true. A lot of you that watch these FlossTubes really enjoy seeing other people stitching and being inspired by it, as do I. So keep sending them in, and I'll keep showing them on my videos. So, okay, so those are my shares. I've done the shout out. So we'll jump into my big finish, which unfortunately, because the lighting's a little different here, I may not be able to show it the best. I did iron it, but because of traveling, it seems to have wrinkled a little, but I have finished, and I'm going to try to put it behind this book, this big flat book. It is, well, okay, there we go. This is really good video. Moonlight Sampler is finished. Oh my gosh, is it not gorgeous? And you know what I found out? I think when I have this framed, if it has something behind it that's a little darker, I think that those letters that I know no one can see will pop up just a little bit more. But this was my 7-day focus piece. This is by the Blue Flower. I stitched it on a 36 count Grape Harvest by XU Designs. I used the called for overdyed, and the there was some DMC. But you just look at it, and of course, and then I changed the dog to look like Chester. But her representation of animals is just is so wonderful. And then I mentioned that it almost looks like the lanterns are glowing and attracting the bees around. Janine is just a lovely, lovely piece. And I am so happy to have it done. So that is Moonlight Sampler. It was my focus piece where I gave it 7 days of every month until I finished it, which is a wonderful idea that I got from Karen, the recovering monogamous stitcher. So, and I really couldn't wait to share it with you guys. I just noticed that the top of my water is sort of in the way there. So we're gonna move that, and then I'm gonna get my new starts over here so that I can share those with you. Okay, so I have 3 new starts, and the first one is Anne Hunt Nailsea, and that is 1805 by Antique Sampler Reproductions. Katherine Littleton gave us this in the fabric and the silk, which I'll show you at the Sampler Symposium 2023, and I know so many of you will be attending 2024 very soon. I will miss you all. Jean and Carolyn and her entire staff make a wonderful retreat, and those of you that are returning know that, and I am so excited for those of you who are going for the first time. Katherine of Stitching in Costume, this will be her first retreat, and boy, did she pick a great one to start with. So this is just a gorgeous pattern. And I am stitching this on the called for, which is 36 count Lakeside in Maritime White. It is Belle Soie cotton in the colorway Her Crown. And again, I know my light is different here, but look at the glory that is. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And I finished one of the Quakers just at the edge, so just a small start. But that is my start. So this is Anne Hunt Nelsey, 1805. And I am really, I think I started this on December 28th. So right after I filmed my last FlossTube. So I am very much looking forward to progressing with that and sharing my progress with all of you. My next new start, I'm very excited about because I said I was going to try this, and so far it seems to be going well. I picked out of the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, and it was the summer 2023. I picked a summer sampler, and it is by Twin Peak Primitives. I loved it from the moment I saw it. But the difference is I'm doing it on 25 count Lugana 1/1. And I am using a Victoria Clayton silk and that I had, and it is called Magpie Tears, and it's comparable to DMC 3750. So that is my progress so far. I wanted to start with a monogamous color, a monochromatic color piece to see how it goes. I'm really, taking my time, and but I'm loving it, and it's going to be so sweet and so little. So yay, guys! Angela, this is for you. So 25 count 1/1, and that is Summer Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. So that was my second new start, and then my third new start was I purchased, as I showed you guys last time, the GGR piece, which is Ellen Johnson, 1883. And I started this with Brenda and the Serial Starter as a blessing sampler for January. So I put the first stitches in on January 1st. January 1st was also Laura Duet's birthday. Happy birthday, Laura. And I am doing this on the other end of the fabric that I am, I'll show you my next whip on. It's a 36 count platinum Edinburgh. I am using the Silks for You PR 123. No, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I am using called for, which was Turkish red, and then I didn't have the other color, so I pulled the DMC equivalent, which is 3831. But all I have put on it so far is the Turkish red. So that's what I have done so far. I am working on this every day. It is not my 2 lengths of thread per day, but I do work on it every day because I would like to finish it on January 31st as a blessing sampler. So that is Ellen Johnson, 1883 by GGR. I'm looking forward to seeing where Brenda has got on hers. I know a lot of people have selected some beautiful pieces to do as a blessing sampler, and many of you have almost finished them already. So if I can find the other piece, the other color, well, I just can't remember what it is. I'll just switch it out. But there's just a very little of the second color in it, so I was going to pull that from stash and not purchase it. So those are my 3 new starts, and I do plan to have a lot more starts this year. So we'll jump right into whips, which are works in progress, and my first one is on the other half of the piece that Ellen Johnson is on. And that is Real Comfort. This is the chart. It is by Modern Folk Embroidery. Sarah of Sew Me Sarah, we've we've kind of been following each other. I think I've been following her. She just finished I Am No Bird by Modern Folk Embroidery as her 2 threads a day. And I had finished that one previously, and now I have picked Real Comfort up as my 2 threads a day. So I'm looking forward to seeing that progress. And again, it is being stitched on the 36 count Edinburgh. And this is being stitched in the Silks for You PR 123. And so here is my progress on that. So I have, since I started it, I've brought a border down right here and here, and then I have stitched pretty much all of this. So that is what I have done so far since I picked this up. I did work on Red Berries by Modern Folk Embroidery. I continued to put 2 threads in that a day until the 31st of December. And again, I will pull that back out closer to next Christmas. So I just love this color. It is gorgeous. And it's a nice plump. It really looks lovely on this 36 count fabric with 1 thread over 2. So that is Real Comfort. And that is my first. And I keep these in a bag that was made by Sarah. Of Sew Me Sarah, a beautiful bag, quilted. I cherish it. Okay, my next whip is a Pledge of Affection, and that is by Blackbird Designs. I am stitching. Oh, let me show you the chart. There. And I'm stitching it on a 36 count heirloom lace by Color and Cotton and using the called for over dyed threads. I thought this would be a nice one to have out for Valentine's Day. So I wanted to continue to get some threads in that. And so this is where I am. I just love the muted colors. The pinks and the browns of this are just gorgeous. Let's see if we can get a little closer. So that is A Pledge of Affection by Blackbird Designs. And I would like to get this finished by Valentine's Day, fully finished and in a bowl. And it lives in a beautiful project bag made by Tammy, a Country Girl Creates. Creative Country Girl. Tammy, I seem to really struggle with that alliteration. So my next whip is Mary 395 by Hands Across the Sea. This is, most weeks is my Thursday. I devote Thursdays to my red samplers. And I am stitching her on a 36 count Antique Ivory Edinburgh. And I am using Gloriana Poinsettia and Hollyberry. Unfortunately, I'm just about out of the poinsettia, as is the world, evidently. So I'm hoping I don't run out completely until they can restock it. But as you guys know, I went back and I put in the Bible and the chicken, and then the foliage above, all those little things above the Bible. That is new. And then I did come over, I think, and I worked on this right here above this piece. So that is Mary 395. I will attempt to show you the front of it in its entirety. So that's it. And then here. So we're getting close. I have those Notify from Hobby House and 1, 2, 3 stitch. When they get those back into stock, I will pick those up. I think I have about 12, 6, maybe 18 links left, and I will get those in. But I didn't want to put, I have used the holly berry because they at Acorn and Threads, where I kitted this up, they were concerned that there might not be enough, and that was all the Gloriana they had. And so, but I don't want to put a big clump of just holly berry over in that area that I have left to do, because I do think that will be noticeable. So that is Mary 395. The next, oh my gosh, did I enjoy pulling this back out again. It is Martha Evans, 1879. This is the piece that was started last year at Sanford Symposium to celebrate Brenda of Brenda and the Serial Starter, her 60th birthday. I am stitching this on a 40 count actually, a 40 count Prairie Grass by Seraphim, and I am using the called for DMC. The colors of this are just, they're just breathtaking. And so I have concentrated the work on these flowers below the bunny. Look at the colors here, all in here. They're just, oh, I just think it's beautiful. And I have no trouble really stitching on the 40 count. So that is Martha Evans, done to celebrate Brenda's birthday, and she'll have another one coming up on January 16th. So we can all wish her happy birthday. So really one of my favorite, it was good, we talked about it last time, about that I did stitch a lot more seasonal, a lot more Christmas in the month of December. And when that happens, the samplers are the ones that don't get the love. And I miss them terribly when that happens. My next work in progress is, this was sort of inspired by seeing, oh my gosh, am I going to forget the name? Come on. I'll look in my notes. Steph's piece, Jane Hardy, that she did in memory of her dog Sadie, and it just inspired me, and so I wanted to get back to Chester's Place by the Whistle Stop Stitcher Designs, and I will also run it by here that I had a revision of this sent where someone had put the name of their dog or their animal down here, and that is what I want to do, and I want to put Chester down there. It's going to mean charting it, and sometimes I get nervous about doing that, but I definitely wanted to say Chester, like that piece that you just saw, that was for Gracie. I am stitching this on a 36 count Wren, and I am using the called for over dyed threads. So this is what I have done. I've been working over here on this side. I have put in more of the windows, slowly filling in the house. There's really not that much left because I've got the border, and I won't be putting all of those animals that are down at the bottom. I will be stitching Chester's name. But I love this piece. It was originally done for a cat as a fundraiser for a rescue cat that needed dental work, whose name was Chester. So I would like to see that, have a finish sooner than later. So, and it will also free up a big hunk of Wren, which I really love stitching on. So, okay, next we go to the piece that I have chosen as my next focus piece, which is Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. And for those of you that have been with me, and those of you who haven't, I will share. This is a piece that I was working on one day, and my oldest daughter saw it and said, "Oh, Mom, I would love to have that." So we're going to make it a focus piece and get it ready for Diane. I am stitching it on a 36 count earthen by Picture This Plus. I'm using the called for DMC and over-dyed floss. And so this is my progress. I worked primarily, and as you can see from the dangling threads, on the border, which has a lot of color changes. And then I have worked on the finishing the H and the O. So that this will get 7 days a month until it is finished. I also get inspired by Janet Jabber has her finish of this behind her in her FlossTubes. And Janet, that's always inspiring me to push on with this. So that is Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. Okay. The next one, I almost couldn't stop working on. I mean, I literally could have started working on it and just continued until I took it to a finish. And that is Summer by Blackbird Designs. I do intend to do winter, and I think fall is the other one. I do on one piece of fabric. I'm stitching this on a 36 count Liberty Gathering Gray by R&R Reproductions, and I am using the called for over-dyed floss. This was a start on my 2023 trip to Idaho, and this is my progress so far. So I completely finished the strawberry. Look at that strawberry, and I got some doodads finished. I got this done. I brought the bird is stitched. The head is stitched. I did some work over here bringing this border down, which is very easy to do, relaxing stitching. But oh my goodness, I do love Blackbird and intend to see a lot of it this year. So that is Summer, and I love it. And then my next piece is, we keep talking about this, the smalls from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, and I've worked on this, I feel like, for a year. When did I start this? I started it June 24th of 2023, and that is Seasons of Summer, Seasons of the Heart Summer by the Blue Flower. And it is in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine issue 2021 Summer. And I'm stitching it on 36 count Sandcastle by Color and Cotton, and I'm using the called for DMC. And this is, we're getting there. The cat, again, this white is close, but the cat is done. I got another set of the grapes and working down here. But it is so lovely. Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher, has some gorgeous finishes of the 3 that she has done. I think 2 or 3 that she's finished. It is a series, summer, winter, spring, and fall. So that is Seasons of the Heart Summer. It lives in this gorgeous project bag by Joyful Stitchery. Is it Stitching? Joyful Stitching. It's just beautiful. It's got puppies. So I do have the hashtag Stitch Smalls from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So if you guys pick any of those to do, please use that hashtag. And then if you would also tag me, on Instagram at Sarah Stitchy Spot so that I can see them. They're very hard to follow with whatever Instagram did to hashtags. And the next piece that I worked on is M&A 1853 by Needlework Press. I am getting close to a finish on this. I am stitching it on, I'll hold that up, a 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for overdyed floss. And this is my progress here. So I know I got this bird done, and I'm going to be starting the flower. Oh, I got both of these pieces done, these little doodads right here that are on the opposite side. I love the reds. I love the colors of this. It's small, and it is a beautiful stitch. So that is M&A 1853 by Needlework Press. Okay, and then I have one whip left, and that is the Courage sampler. This was a stitch along that was started by Pam of Pam and Steph Just Keep Stitching to celebrate her 30 years of being cancer-free from breast cancer. I have a close friend that has had a recurrence in the other breast, and I'm thinking of finishing this and giving that to her. So this is Cottage Garden Samplings, Courage, and I am stitching it on 36 count Hog Bristle by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm using the called for overdyed floss. And this is my progress. Of course, when I went to start it, I started it and realized I had made a mistake over here, so I had to take this out, but then I put it back in. I stitched this and this flower here. And I've got the outline of the big flower down here. I love Cottage Garden Sampling. They are really stitch heavy though, but I dearly love the finished product. So those are my whips. This one lives in a made by me project bag. Let me get that thread in there. And I used Eliza Stone, the sampler that I did, that was designed by Christina of Whilst Iris Naps. And she did this a couple of years ago to raise funds for breast cancer research and awareness. So this was the first time I incorporated my stitching into a project bag. So, so those are my whips. I don't have any haul, any stash enhancement. So I know today was a little bit shorter, but I love keeping us on the 2-week schedule. I think I would miss you all if I went a little bit longer. So as you guys know, I either make plans and don't talk about them, or I just maybe don't make plans. But I'm going to start as much as I can this year. I don't want to put a number on it. A lot of it's going to be Blackbird because I have those beautiful booklets that I want to delve into and to get some of those things stitched. I have, and when I'm home, I can also show you guys some of the other charts that I would love to start. I did see Trisha. I'm not going to, I'll run it below. You know Trisha. She's an incredible stitcher on Instagram. And she had just recently shown a picture of Holly which is a chart. I don't know who it's by. I will run that by. It just made me want to start that immediately. I have it and I love it. And so thank you, Tricia, for that inspiration. But so when I'm home and where I can show you guys more of what I have there and not having to travel with it, we'll get caught up more. But again, I wanted to take a moment to keep us caught up and to wish you all a happy new year. If you were new to my station, I hope you like what you saw and that you will subscribe and ring the bell and share and like and do all the things that we do on FlossTubes. I can't thank you all enough for all of the kind words in the comments I've had over the last couple of videos. I just feel like the luckiest girl in the world. And because we're starting a new year, I really would like to open this up, that if there's something else that you would like me to do, some way you would like me to change anything or add anything that will make this a better experience for you, I do hope you guys will share that with me. And if it's something that I can do, I will absolutely do it. Or if there are any questions that you have that you want to ask. But I am so looking forward to starting this new year with all of you again. And I can't wait to see all the joy and beauty that we can come up collectively together. So I think I've covered everything that's on the table. So I'm going to ask you to grab your stitching, get comfortable, and stitch what you love. I love each and every one of you. Bye. Until we meet again.